all these different websites and retail and that sort of thing, but we try to keep it really simple.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, and you're talking about doing your homework, and I know I've listened to other interviews where you've been a guest, and you're a very data driven person. So you mentioned in other interviews, for example, that there are two types of people: the product guys or gals, and the sales guys and gals. And it breaks your heart to see a lot of people spend a lot of money without a healthy return. I don't know if you want to share something that the audience can benefit from, just being so methodical when it comes to investing, in or putting, whether it's your time, your new product line, and what you look for, and the mistakes that we tend to do.
I mean, look, a lot of the stuff, just, I'm not trying to brush dirt off my shoulder. A lot of the things I know come from like the worst failures of my life, right? And they also come from the failures I've had at S&G and how we've had to grow through them and how we've had to beat them back and overcome some of these things. So, like one of the things that I talk about, I think that you're probably alluding to, is examples of people who invest their life savings in a patent, or they invest their life savings in inventory for this invention that they've come up with in their head, and they put $100,000 down or $50,000, even $10,000, right? And for a lot of people, that's a huge amount of money. And I try to help people start a business with less than $1,000. Like the amount of times people have come to me and they've said, "Hey, I got a patent. I have $50,000 worth of inventory. How do I market this thing? I don't have any sales. How do I sell this thing?" And I've been like, well, you could have taken the $40,000 you paid your attorneys and the $50,000 used for product, and you could have had the $90,000 and taken 10% of that, $9,000, and you could have launched it on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, and you could have made, hundreds of thousands of dollars in pre-orders, and then use that to go fund the inventory and the legal. But they do it reverse order, because in people's minds, until they're out selling, it's not real. It's still their idea. No one can tell them that it's bad. The product hasn't been rejected by the market. They haven't gotten a no from an investor. So a lot of people will wait to launch until things are quote unquote perfect. Whereas I launched without even having ever made a single sheet set. I just knew with the connections that I had, the manufacturers that I had met with, the deals that I had on the table, and with the mentorship that I had, that I could get it done within 6 months if people put their trust in me with their pre-orders. And so we launched in May 2018. We did a lot of prep ahead of our Indiegogo to prepare really diligently. We did $284,000 of pre-orders. And then 6 months later, on October 1st, we shipped our first box. Actually, I guess it would be 5 months later, yeah, from June 1st, when we ended the campaign. We shipped our first box, and I think that's really the cart horse order operations, is go out and sell, and get proof positive that you have something before investing a ton of time and money into actually building the damn thing.